Quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is a very interesting topic in geometry. Basically, here we will find the application of other parts of geometry and a little bit application of the knowledge of cyclic quadrilateral. As well, this is the most important part. Now, what is a quadrilateral? Quadrilateral is simply nothing but a polygon having four sides. Quadrilateral is a polygon having four sides. Now, what are the prerequisites that we should already know about quadrilateral prerequisites? What is a rectangle, square, rhombus, kite? We can't waste our time discussing these definitions of kite, rhombus, and their properties. Kite, trapezium, isosceles trapezium, and definitely parallelogram. We can't waste our time discussing them. We should know we should know their properties. Prerequisite. Trapezium is an interesting figure, so we cannot miss this. What is a trapezium? In a trapezium, only two sides are parallel, and these two sides, this side and this sides, are not parallel. This side and this side are parallel to each other. This is the definition of trapezium. Just a minute. Now there is a very interesting topic in trapezium, not only for trapezium, but for anything. That if we join the diagonals, what we will get? We will get two triangles of equal areas. That is the area of this triangle and area of this triangle are equal. What is the reason that they are equal? There is a very simple theorem. Even in the basic key textbook NCERT, it is there that when there are two lines which are parallel to each other and a triangle is drawn in between the two parallel lines having the same base, two triangles lying between parallel lines and having the same base have equal areas. What is the reason? Base is same, and height between two parallel lines is also same. So half into base into height, area is a constant. This is the simple reason. Now there is a special kind of trapezium which is known as isosceles trapezium. What is the case of isosceles trapezium? In isosceles trapezium, non-parallel sides are equal. In isosceles trapezium, non-parallel sides are equal in isosceles trapezium. Non-parallel sides are equal in isosceles trapezium. These are the few key definitions we should be aware of. Now again, quadrilaterals can be divided into two types: concave and convex. In a lot of questions in this kind of intermediate Olympiad, they are mentioning the word convex quadrilateral. Nothing to confuse about. What is a convex quadrilateral? In a convex quadrilateral, all the interior angle, these are the interior angles. This. All the interior, let me denote interior angle by IA, is strictly less than 180 degrees. This is convex quadrilateral, and if any interior angle is greater than 180 degree, this will be a concave quadrilateral. This is concave and convex. Now comes concave gone, convex gone. After that we have cyclic quadrilateral. So let's solve a question better. Better solve a question from KBPY 2019. This is a quadrilateral, a simple quadrilateral. These are the midpoints. Say P, Q, R, S. Suppose there is a point O, any point O inside this quadrilateral ABCD, and these are the midpoints, and they are connected to each other. Dividing the entire quadrilateral into 4 parts having areas 25, 36, 41. We need to find this area. So I hope that you all have tried and definitely solved the problem. This is a very easy question based on the idea of simple base division. On base division we have solved quite complex problems, and this is a very simple problem on base division. Since these are the midpoint, if we join this and this, what we will get? The area of this part, say AA, this is BB, this is CC, this is DD. The area of these halves are equal. Area of this part and area of this part are equal since P is the midpoint. Quite simple. So what we can write? We can write B plus C equals to 25. C plus D, these are the areas of the halves. There is a triangle 36, and A plus D equals to 41. Simply add and then subtract one equation. We need to find A plus B. We need to find this. If we add them, then C and D will appear twice. How to solve this equation, system of equation? That is your task. Calculation is not mine. These are the 3 equations. Just add 1 plus 2 plus 3. We will get twice of C plus D plus A plus B, which we want. Now we have the value of C plus D. We have the value of C plus D. We will put it and get the values. So this was a easy question. based on the idea of base division, which is nowadays really important. Now comes cyclic quadrilateral. What is a cyclic quadrilateral? Suppose this is a circle. A quadrilateral inside a circle is known as cyclic quadrilateral. Now, cyclic quadrilateral has some really interesting properties. The properties are the sum of the opposite angles, this angle and this angle, sum of opposite angle is 180 degrees. Sum of opposite angle 180 degrees. This is the first property. Second property, which can be deduced from this property itself, that this exterior angle theta is equal to the interior opposite angle. Exterior angle is equal to interior opposite angle. This is all about cyclic quadrilateral. Very interesting theorem, which is valid only in cyclic quadrilateral, which is valid only for cyclic quadrilateral, only for cyclic quadrilateral is Ptolemy's theorem. Sometimes if we try to apply this in any other quadrilateral other than cyclic quadrilateral, we will not get a valid answer. There is an inequality, I guess, but we are not interested in this kind of inequality or something else. According to this theorem, the product of the diagonals equals the sum of the products of two pairs of opposite sides, and this is now, I would not say recent topic because this was invented hundreds of years ago, but nowadays Olympiads are focusing on this topic. So directly they are not going to ask you the question. There will be some mixture of Pythagoras theorem or any other theorem in geometry, little bit of angle chasing to find out that this is a cyclic quadrilateral. Like this kind of changes can be done in a question, and this Ptolemy's theorem can be introduced. If we are not aware of this Ptolemy's theorem while solving the problem, then we need to use either pure geometry methods or trigonometry methods. So this will be very time consuming. A problem which can be solved using this theorem, if we do not know the theorem, the problem that we can solve only in 2 lines, other will solve this in 2 pages, so which will create the difference. This theorem is very important. According to the theorem, the product of diagonal equals the sum of the product of the 2 pair of opposite sides. In the given figure, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. We can see that AC into BD equals to AB into CD plus AD into BC. This is Ptolemy's theorem. We'll solve a question from Ptolemy's theorem. 2 questions. These are few other properties of cyclic quadrilaterals, and this looks like Heron's formula. It's Heron's formula itself, nothing else. This is applicable applicable only in cyclic quadrilaterals. Applicable only in cyclic quadrilaterals. This formula. Circumradius of cyclic quadrilateral formula. Just write it down. Just write it down in your copy. You should have this information. There is nothing to explain these formulas. These are formulas. We are not going to derive this. Derivation would take a lot of time. So this was all about cyclic quadrilateral. Now let's directly move on to problems. Let ABCD be a trapezium with AD parallel to BC. Assume there is a point M in the interior of the segment BC such that AB equals to M, DC equals to TM. Then the ratio of the areas of the trapezium to the area of AMD is ABCD be a trapezium with AD parallel to BC. Fine. Assume there is a point M in the interior of the segment BC such that AB equals to AM. AB equals AM. How? Okay, in the interior. And DC equals to DM. Then the ratio of the areas of the trapezium to area of AM. Let's draw the figure. M lies on BC. Assume there is a point M in the interior of the segment BC. Okay, interior of the segment BC. Yes, correct. Such that AB equals to M. AB equals to M and DC equals to DM. We need to find the ratio of the area of, then the ratio of the area of trapezium to the area of AMD. Very easy question. Very easy question. This is an isosceles triangle. So if we draw a perpendicular, then what? The triangles will be congruent to each other. Right angle, hypotenuse and side. By RHS criteria, suppose this is some P dash. Triangle ABP dash congruent to triangle ABP dash, AMP dash, AMP dash. Therefore, their areas are equal. Therefore, their areas are equal. So let this side's area be del 1. It is already there in the figure. This side's area is del 1. This is also del 1. Similarly, drop a perpendicular here. We'll get del 2 del 2. Now the beautiful question. Drop a perpendicular here. This looks like a rectangle. This looks like a rectangle. Sides are parallel as well as this is 90 degree. So this is a rectangle. Simply we will get the area of AMD as del 1. This is a rectangle, that's why area of this part is equals to area of this part because this is a rectangle. Similar for this side also. So del 1 area of AMD is del 1 plus del 2 divided by del 1 is coming 3 times here. 3 times of del 1 plus del 2. So the ratio should be 1 by 3 or 3, whatever according to the question. Then the ratio of the area of trapezium to the area of AMD. According to me, the answer should be 3. There is a great deal. Assume there is a point M in the interior of the segment BC. Interior of the segment BC. In this part, that M, we have considered M should lie on BC. I guess there was some typing mistake with my question. or if it's not a typing mistake, then not determinable from the data, and if it's a typing mistake, then M should lie on BC. Whether, but we have assumed that M lies on BC. Let us change the question itself. Assume that M. Let us change the question. M. Just a minute. Assume that the point M I am unable to type. Okay, let me write. Assume that the point M L I E S lies on side BC. Changed question. I have changed the entire question, so I cannot give the tag of UPI. Removing that tag. Then according to the way we have solved, the answer should be 3. This was just for problem. This is not that official kind of thing. This is just for practice. Let ABCD be a rectangle in which AB plus BC plus CD equals to 20 and A equals to 9, where E is the midpoint of the side BC. Find the area of the rectangle ABCD in which AB plus. Very easy. Let me solve. I hope that you all have tried and you might have solved, because this was a 2 marks problem in IOCM. Easy one, not a tough one. ABCD be a rectangle in which AB plus BC plus CD. Let this be X, Y, X. 2X plus Y equals to 20. AE equals to 9. What is E? Where E is the midpoint of the side BC. Fantastic. E is the midpoint of the side BC. AE equals to 9. X plus Y by 2. Sorry. From Pythagoras theorem, x square plus y by 2 whole square equals to 9 square. Find the area of rectangle. From these, solving the equations, we can get the value of x and y, and to find the area is simply x into y. This is the hint. I didn't guess that I need to solve it anymore, because after this is only calculation. How to do this calculation? Okay, fine. 2x plus y, x square plus y square by 4. We can simply put the value of y, 20 minus 2x equals to 9 square. X square plus 20 minus 2x by 4. Okay, by 2 whole square equals to 9 square. X square plus 2 to cancel. 10 minus x whole square equals to 9 square. After this is a quadratic equation. After getting the value of x, we can easily find out the value of y, and then simply multiply x into y with the area. There's nothing to solve more. Oh, I got it. Got it finally. Whenever I click on here, No, no, no. Let it be here on. Let it be here on. This will create a mess. Already I'm unable to use the new software. Got it. In a quadrilateral ABCD, again a typing mistake. In a cyclic quadrilateral ABCD, with sides 8, 10, 12, 15 in the same order respectively. Find the number of possible orientations if the diagonals are natural numbers. Cyclic quadrilateral in the same order D1, diagonal 2, 8. This is not a trapezium, this is a cyclic quadrilateral. A cyclic quadrilateral. 8, 10, 12, 15. 8, 10, 12, 15. 8 into 12 plus 10 into 15 equals to D1, D2. D1, D2 equals to 8 12s and 96 plus 150. 150 plus 96. 250 minus 6. 250 minus 4. 246. D1, D2. Tougher one, yeah. 246. 123 into 2. I guess 1, 2, 3 is a prime number. Because 1 to 3 is neither divisible by 3. 1 to 3 whole square is 11. Let me try with 11. 121. No, it's not going with 11. After 11, there is no possibility. After 11, there is no possibility. Because 13 square in 169. It's not going with 7, I guess. Okay. I'm assuming that 123 is a prime. I do not know whether it's a prime or not. Now, after this, since D1 and D2 are natural number, we need to factorize this 2 into 123. I'm not going for the answer. I'm just showing you the methodology. That one will say that there are two possible orientations. The orientations are respectively 2, 123. The D1 is 2 and 123, 2. Now this will not form a quadrilateral. This is not going to form a quadrilateral. This is not going to form a quadrilateral. Why? Because of triangle inequality. D1 just look at this triangle. D1 should be less than 10 plus 8. Triangle inequality, very useful. D1 should be less than 18. Similarly, D2 should be less than 12 plus 15. 27. So I guess the number of orientation is 0. And this is the methodology of solving this type of question. Here also we have applied Ptolemy's theorem and triangle inequality. Olympiads are going to ask this kind of questions. Again a question, very common question. Not totally visible at all. Was the previous question totally visible? I hope so. It's now visible. In a quadrilateral ABC, it is given that AB equals to not. I don't know whether it's originally question number 5 or not. In a quadrilateral ABC, I guess this would be ABCD. It is given that AB equals to AD equals to 30, BC equals to BC equals to 20, BD equals to 24. If R is the radius of the circle inscribable in the quadrilateral, then what is the integer closest to R? Fine. Let me solve this problem. ABCD, ABCD. I know that this looks like a kite. A, B, C, D. It is given that AB equals to AD is 13. BC equals to CD equals to 20. BD equals to 24. This is a kite. I've already said that the prerequisite is NCERT class 9. Then this will be 12. This will be 12. Applying Pythagoras theorem, this part will be 5. This part. This is a right angle, right? Since this is a kite. So how do you find the area? Again, similarly here we need to find this side also. 20 square minus 12 square is 20 minus 12. 8, 32. 8 times 32. 4 into 64. 2 into 8, 16. Okay, fine. This part is 16. So what is the area of ABCD? In a quadrilateral ABCD is given that. Okay. Why we are finding the area? Because we have been asked to find the in radius, and when we were discussing the center of triangle, two lectures were provided. In that center of triangle, we have noticed that if R is the, what is the inscribable radius? What is the in radius of any polygon? Say 1, 2, 3. Why not a pentagon? Why not a pentagon? Let's go for a pentagon only. Say this is the inscribable circle. Now from the circle, if we draw perpendicular, this will be perpendicular. So what will be the area? This will be the area of this pentagon's this part. Let me zoom in. Since this is a tangent, so this is perpendicular. This will be the area. And this is what? This is the radius. So half into, say this is the side. Summation of the sides will give the entire area. Summation of the sides will give us the entire area. Say this is A, this is B, C, this is D, this is E. Half into A into R plus half into B multiplies R. So on. Half into E multiplied R will give us area. That is R into semi-perimeter A plus B plus C by 2 will give us the area. So in radius is area by semi-perimeter generalized. Is it true or not? Note it down. In center of triangle this was explained. I want to go to the end this session. So we can find out the area as 12 into 16 by 2 plus 5 into 13 by 2. And what we have seen, R into S. So in radius will be area by S. We have the semi-perimeter S33. This figure divided by 33. will give us the required radius. The required radius. So this is calculation part. I'm not going for the calculation part anymore. How many questions are left? 3 questions. Oh my god. Let ABCD be a convex cyclic quadrilateral. Suppose P is a point in the plane of the quadrilateral such that it's not visible again. Let ABCD be a convex cyclic quadrilateral. Suppose P is a point in the plane of the quadrilateral such that the sum of its distances from the vertices of ABCD is the least. If PA, PB, PC, PD equals to 3, 4, 6, 8, find the maximum possible area of ABC. One line question. Yes, these one line questions are also asked. Maximum. Area of triangle we have discussed with congruency, I guess. So from here comes the topic. This is P, A, B, C, D. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the area of ABCD will be equal to the area of APB plus BPC plus CPD plus DAP. Now what are the area of this triangle? We're having two sides. So let us assume here the angle is theta 1. Here this is theta 2. This is theta 3. This is theta 4. Very simple. So the area will be half into 3 into 4. We know the area of a triangle is area of such kind of triangle having two sides A and B and angle between them theta is AB sine theta by 2, and we know that sine theta lies between 0 to 1. The maximum value of sine theta is 1. Very basic thing. While in class 10 we should have covered this prerequisites of trigonometry. It's not like that, it's not discussed. Why we should discuss this for non-routine mathematics students who are quite advanced? Sine theta 1 plus half into 4 into 5 sine theta 2. So simply we'll consider that theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3 are 90 degree. We'll get the maximum area as half into 3 into 4 plus 4 into 5 plus 5 into 6, considering theta 1 equals to theta 2 equals to theta 3 equals to theta 4. We need the maximum 90 degree. We need the maximum. So why we should bother for other cases? This will give us the maximum. All the cases are a maximum here. 5 into 6 plus 6 into 3. And it's over. Up to rest. It's your calculation part. So as I said that there are very less theory dedicated to quadrilateral. There are some theories for cyclic quadrilateral, and all of the problems can be solved with the elementary knowledge of what we have already. That's why discussing it late won't affect you a lot. This is a very good question. Is a good question. Consider the area of fourth triangle obtained by drawing AC and BD of a trapezium ABCD. The product of these areas taken two at a time are computed. If among the 6 products to obtain, 2 products are 1296 and 576, determine the square root of the maximum possible area of the trapezium to the nearest integer. Let us draw a diagram. This is a trapezium. Let us assume this area of this triangle is P. At this intersection point of intersection BE, this area is Q, this is R, this is S. PQRS. What we have already discussed at the very beginning. Let us give a simple throwback. Here, it was already discussed. That area of this triangle and area of this triangle are equal, and this area is what? Common to both. So area of this triangle and area of this triangle are equal to each other. This was discussed. Tollm's theorem, one more question. Yes, definitely. Tollm's theorem, one more question is necessary. So S equals to Q. Now a very simple application of base division yields us an interesting fact that AE by EC. That's why each and every chapter in Olympiad is related to other chapter. Application of base division again. AE by EC equals to S by R equals to P by Q. These are S, P, Q, R, S are representing the areas of the respective triangle AB, BC, CD and DEA respectively. And S and Q are equal to each other. S equals to Q. S equals to Q, say equals to some K. Then K by R is P by K. K square equals to PR. This is forming a GP. Now I guess algebra is not yet discussed, or GP is not yet discussed. Might be discussed. I don't know. So K square equals to PR. What is K? What is P? What is R? Difficulty is happening. What is a GP? We do not know a GP. Fantastic. Nothing. K by R equals to P by K equals to some R, which is the common ratio of a GP. These are the terminologies. Now we do not need to go for the terminology. So K equals to RR, P equals to KR. Putting the value of K here, we will get P equals to R square. So we haven't used any unknown concept. This is simple algebra. We haven't introduced GP or anything like this. Now we need the maximum area. Let's give a throwback to ourselves. In the diagram, we need the maximum possible area of the trapezium to the nearest integer. Square root of the maximum possible. This area 1, 2, 9, 6 and 576, suppose, are formed by the product of any of these PQRS taken two at a time. So if the product itself are formed with the minimum quantities, then when we will take the larger quantities, we'll get the largest number. And this is the theme which removes the number of cases and makes us bound to assume that the smallest areas taken together at a time. We're assuming we are assuming that R is smaller than S is smaller than P. So when the product of smaller thing is a quantity K, when we will take the larger thing, then K dash will come, which will be definitely greater than K, and that is the philosophy. That we'll take the minimum to get the maximum area. We'll take the maximum to get we'll take the minimum quantities and get the maximum thing. That's why SR will be equals to 576 and SQ will be equal to the next number 1276. So what is SR? S is what? K. K is RR. This will be R K R K R R square R 576 SQ R square R square equals to 1276. Dividing the quantities, we will get the value of R. After getting R, we can get the value of R. After finding out R, we can get the value of this small r, and after getting this small r, we can find the value of this K, P, and subsequently everything. After finding out everything, we will add to get the area of trapezium and then square root to the nearest positive integer, and we will get our answer. So this was the hint. This is the last question based on Ptolemy's theorem. Let me give the hint. This is based on Ptolemy's theorem. BC is the diameter of a circle. ABCD are two chords such that BC equals to 90, AB equals to 72, CD equals to 54. Find AD. Very easy question. BC is the diameter of a circle. AB and CD are two chords. AB and CD are two chords. We are considering on the same side. That wasn't mentioned, but we are considering. Such that BC equals to 90, AB equals to 72, CD equals to 54. Find the value of AD. Oh, how do you find it? We need the diagonals to apply Ptolemy's theorem and to find out the value of AD. How do you get the diagonals? Since BC is the diameter of a circle, what comment can we make about this angle? Isn't this a right angle? This was done in circle, I guess, or any other previous chapter. Angle BAC equals to angle BDC equals to 90 degrees. So we can find out AC using Pythagoras theorem, BD using Pythagoras theorem. These are Pythagoras triplets only. After finding AC and BD, we will apply Ptolemy's theorem, AC into BD. I am not going for the calculation, I am just giving you the hint. Using Pythagoras, AC into BD will be AB into CD plus AD into BC, and we will get our answer because we have the value of AC and BD by Pythagoras theorem, and other three sides are also known. So this was the hint to this beautiful question, and we're over, I guess. Yes. So that's a beautiful thing again. Okay. Now we're totally over with the questions.